digest. From lane to the new shining ground, echo chants where the legends are found. Heroes carved in the heart of time, we march on through grit and grime. Oh Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire. Oh Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire. Echoes of King and Greaves in the air. Every goal, the sound declares. Heartbeats pound like a drummer's song, marching forward, fierce and strong. We're the ones who rise in the clash. Numbers running in a white shirt dash. History burns in the roaring crowd. Every game we scream it loud. Oh, Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire.
Yes, guys, welcome to your number one show and welcome to THFC Till We Die, home top, past, present, and exciting future, of course, on the Chirpy the Cockerel, the only mascot that you would likely get behind. Yes, and after a good game yesterday, a good point, and it was a good point yesterday, thinking about it. Look, for me, it was well deserved. I think we worked hard. It's the hardest I've seen the team fight in a long while. And it was nice to see. It was nice to see. It was nice to do watch along where we all expected us to get bounced out of there, but we didn't. But to be fair, if I'm being really honest, it wasn't a great Liverpool side either, and they did have chances to put the game to bed. We did give them a few chances, didn't we? But it's just look, it's good to get a point, and maybe will that point be enough to set us on this way? We are not going down. I know there's fans that want us to get relegated because of their own reasons, but for me, we are not going down. We're staying in the Premier League, and we are going to come back next season stronger, fitter, fightier, new manager, new players. We are, and I had to watch it again, and it was a very good performance. So my player ratings reflected that. I did reflect that. Just a little bit of breaking news, guys, down below. The Eagle Tudor is likely to leave Spurs this month, for what I'm hearing, with the club actively assessing both caretaker options and whether a permanent appointment could be brought forward. More about that tonight in the Tottenham Update show, which is coming back tonight at 8. Yes, I know we said we've got Billy from Change for Tottenham coming on. That's now been pushed to later in the week because of the latest news coming from Change for Tottenham as well. So we thought it'd be more prudent to get him on Thursday or Friday before the game at the weekend to really tell people what's happening, where they're going to meet up, because they want to do a sort of Everton style atmosphere. So yeah, so that is what's happening. So tonight there is a Tottenham update show. We're going through all the updates I've got from Tottenham today, a little bit about Chelsea as well, and our thoughts on that, but mostly on Spurs. We're going to talk about also the player who's been going around. I've got a bit of information on that. 3 players we think have been mentioned, so we're going to go through that tonight. But this is all about player ratings, and that is what this is going to be. So I thought I'd just leave that little bit of breaking news that I've just got in the last half hour that Igor Tudor's likely to leave Spurs this month, with the club actively assessing both caretaker options and whether a permanent appointment could be brought forward. So let's see if that will happen. Let's welcome a few people in. Big up to Wayne Bonner. He says, "Good afternoon, folks. Hope you're well. Very impressed with that performance yesterday. Shame about Chelsea. Yeah, it is shame about Chelsea. We are going to go more into that tonight, though, Wayne. But big up to you. Big up to Giant68. He says, big up to Mo. Big up to you as well. Hope you're doing well, bud. Big up Scott Munn. Scott, me, 8Z2P says, can we hand out one across the board for Spurs and zeros for Liverpool? No. No. I'm not going to give one to give zeros across for Liverpool, but no. Big up to Shroop Spurs. He says, I watched the game again. It was a good performance, but thank God we late key first half. That negative Vicario showed why we were in trouble. Good cameo from Joe Swanswell. Clemens at the end. Yeah, it was. The Vicario did reflect why I gave him the rating I did. But I want to talk about. Hang on. Sorry. Right. Sorry. Right. Yeah. Yeah, I watched the game again today, actually, this morning, and I looked at it from, and this is what I do when I do my ratings. I do look at it as a non-Tottenham fan, and I have to because if you look at it as a Tottenham fan, you're going to let your emotions drive you to your rating. So I've done it as say of a neutral fan. This is why I've come to the ratings I've came to. But yeah, it was a good performance. It was a fighting performance. Good job they didn't play Hickey for yeah. I think the game would have been out of bounds. Liverpool had enough chances to really put that game, but they're in. And also Van Dijk should have been sent off and we should have had a penalty. And even the XG for the Premier League of VAR said that as well. So again, it shows that the PMLGO have it in for Tottenham. But if it's any other club, yeah, we'll give you a penalty. If Tottenham happens to you, no, we won't. We'll turn the blind eye. Brown paper bags. Just saying. Good morning, Elspur. Good morning from starry Las Vegas. Good morning, COYS. Good up to Spur. Spurs said, this board gives me whiplash. I know it gives me whiplash as well. Big up the Carl COYS. He says, I say Igor Tudor just needs to be backed and get his club out of relegation. We all have to be concentrating on that. I agree, Carl, but 1 point doesn't make me want him think he's the man that gets out of trouble. I'm sorry. He's not. He was forced into going in. If he had enough fit players, he would have played three at the back yesterday. He was forced into that change of formation yesterday because of the limited players we have. So I still think he's the biggest problem. Players are, but I don't think he's the man that gets out of problems. I really don't. Though I do think we are staying up. I think you get the right man in, the players can relate to, or the players can get behind, then I think we will stay up. Sunday's a massive game for sure. If he's still in, I'd be more convinced, I'd be more confident if we didn't have him in charge on Sunday than with him in charge on Sunday. That's the problem I have with him. I just don't trust him. Big up to Ed Fan from Germany. Where's your big long message, Ed Fan? I always love reading that, but I want to know what the weather's like in Hamburg. Big up to your body, says big up to him. Big up Ed Fan. Hope you're doing well from sunny, rainy, snowy Hamburg. We don't know, but could be one of the three. Big up Swoop Spurs and said, what's hurting me as our two stellar youth. All right, the injured ignored. Tryon Thompson, the best I've seen since Hollow 17. Luca Williams, Barnett, all the noise about down. Poor Luca. Yeah, I agree with you, man. We need to look. And look, I am going to start covering the rest of the under 21 season as well, guys. So do follow me for that as well. Carl says, but also let's not forget Vicario world class save as well. Yeah, I did put that into my thinking in my ratings as well, Carl. I haven't not I haven't that hasn't gone unnoticed. Good fight and attitude from the boys yesterday. Good performance, but Dragonson still shit. I agree. He really is the weak link. Big up Scott M. He says we were awful yesterday, but our pointers matters. I guess yeah, it is what it matters. It is a point. Look, I don't think we're as bad as a lot of people. It was a battling performance. It wasn't the greatest game in the world, if I'm being honest. Liverpool were damn right awful as well. But I just think it was a great performance, and I think the players proved that have got the ability to get out of this fight. I think. Where is Mason Melia? No, he's got a back injury. He came with a back injury, but I want to see him playing as well. I think Mason Melia could be our next Harry Kane. I do believe that. Look, I've seen a lot of him in League of Ireland, so I know what he's about. He has the talent. He has the ability. I think he could be our next Harry Kane. I really do. It's just about it's about progress is in the right. Will you be saying the same after Forest? What do you mean by that, Carl? Will I be saying the same after Forest? I'd love to know what you mean by that. You know, I never back my team to lose, so to assume that I'm thinking Tottenham going to lose. No, I think we're going to beat Forest because I watched Forest yesterday and Forest weren't all that. But we got to be realistic. We can't take one result from a point yesterday thinking right. Eagles the best thing since sliced bread. You can't say that. Yeah, he got a point yesterday, but with all the noise that's coming out with the players not playing for him, and he won't change. He was forced into that yesterday because of the players we had on the pitch. Yes, the players put in a good battling performance because he was putting round pegs in round holes. Guarantee if he has enough plays, he'll be putting round pegs in square holes, and we'll be back to where we are. Forest is vital. Forest is vital. And if we win next time, I'd still say the same thing. If we lose, I'd still say the same thing. I just don't think we're going down. I just think Forest are probably the weakest link out of the three, if I'm being honest. Just to say that I don't know. I don't know what you're trying to say when what you think I'm saying, but I still think we're going to stay up. I really am. The weather in Hamburg is sunny but windy. Same here actually. It's a bit windy but nice. Big up. Tudor needs to go with Vicario. We've seen why he doesn't kick one of many fines LFC, but he did help. He did help with the goal as well. Yes, he did. I would take 8 crap games as long as we get the points to stay up. But yeah, that's it. All we need to do is get the points. It's get points. That's all we need. We just need to gain 1 point more than the other two. That's all we need to do between now and the end of the season. I meant Lucas William Barnett, the best in Huddle, but Tyran could be our snake if they progress. Fast tricky goes. Yeah, I get that. Carl says, yeah, at the point we need points, not performances. Yeah, exactly. And we got both yesterday, actually. We did get both. We got a bit of a performance and points as well. He went, no. I wonder whether we will be saying the same if we beat Forest. I'll get you. Look, I'd still be saying the same. I said it yesterday, we're staying up. And I'll say the same all season until it's mathematically impossible for us not to stay up. I think we are staying up. Big up Forest with both sides. Forest have width both sides and beat 3-0. Swoops, I think we're going to batter them. I think we're going to whoop them. We're going to whoop Forest. Nobody gives a chance against Liverpool. We've got a point. So I think we're going to beat Forest, and I think we're going to stay up. But I get your point. They do have very good players, and what worries me is MGW. He might come back and haunt us. That's the problem. The key games we need to take West Ham versus Leeds, but yeah, I've said it about a month ago or a month and a half ago, or even 2 months ago. This is going to the last game of the season. This will go to the last game of the season, and I've said it. I've said it a long time. Right. Okay. So here we go. Now, I'm not going to get criticized by some people for my ratings, and I don't give a shit. They're my ratings, and that's how I saw the game. You can rate the players how you want, but this is how I've seen it. So This is it. This is the oh god. Let me go that way. So let me there we go. There we go. Right, there we go. These are the ratings I've give. I get Vicario 5. I get the back 4. Let's go. I get Spencer 5, Dragosin a 4, Danso an 8, Poro 5. I will make the numbers different colors next week. I've just realized white onto yellow does not go well. I've just realized. Um, 7 to Saar and Gray, 5 for Souza, 6 for Tail, 5 for Solanke, and 8 for Richarlison. A for his work rate and B for scoring the goal. Right, 5 for Vicario. My reasons why. Um, as people were saying, he was at fault for the goal. Of course he was. He should have saved that. Just let me just make this a bit bigger. There we go. There we go. There we go. Yeah, should have saved the first goal. Of course, he should have done. I think that's his 11th goal he's conceded from outside the box, 4 more than anybody else, I think, in the Premier League. He did make a few good saves as well. He saved one that went onto the post. He saved one late on as well. So it was a mixed bag, but his kicking is damn right awful. It's dreadful. It's crap. And he kept playing Dragosin or he kept playing Danso or whatever into trouble every time. It was woeful, absolutely woeful. I kept saying, if in doubt, give it a whack. You saw Allison yesterday. Once he got the ball, kicked it long, and we weren't doing that. He's still trying to play out from the back. It doesn't work. These players are being put under pressure, and then they're getting robbed, and that puts us back under pressure. And this is why we conceded so many goals. Just if in doubt, Vicario, hit it long. Doesn't matter. You're taking the pressure off yourself for a while and that you can regroup. And then if they do come at you again, you've regrouped, you're back in position, and you're ready to go again. Um, yeah, I knew Scott would laugh. He's probably fallen off his chair laughing, but I really don't care. These are my ratings, and this is how I saw the game. Everyone is entitled to their opinion. And last time I did this, it did get to me from the chat, and I've decided I don't care. These are my ratings. I'm standing by them and stand over them. You can all have your own ratings, how everyone sees the game. I'm going to do the win backs. I'm going to do next gen Spence. He didn't offer much, Spence, either end of the pitch. But to be fair, he was playing inside Dragosin, who was like Bambi on ice. To be fair, so I think he was always trying to. Oh, um, I've got to look after this baby brother here. So it stopped him really from getting forward. For me, Porro as well. Porro wasn't great yesterday either, by the way. I don't think he was good, effectively good. He did get forward a few times. This is what I wrote for him. Where is he now? Where is he now? Where is he? Porro. Yeah, he got better as the game wore on, but he didn't get absolutely fantastic. But I think the both wing backs were poor. Playing Spence on the left never works anyway. He is a right-sided footballer, so he should play him on the right. But for me, for me, they were poor. Dragosin was downright awful yesterday. He was just turned every time he got the ball, he was in trouble. He's not a defender, and we really did miss. We had a second defender to back up Romero and Van der Ven to go with Danso. I think we look a bit more solid. 8 for Danso. I thought he's the best defender. I thought he was immense yesterday. Put blocks in, tackles in, did everything you expect him to do. I thought he was absolutely brilliant yesterday. And really one of the players for my man of the match, my Spurs man of the match at the Tottenham team. Um, but yeah, as for now the midfield, I'm going to go with Gray and Papa Sarr. Gray back in the performance again. Did all right, Gray, actually, yesterday. He's the only one of the young players I think consistently trying over the last few weeks. He can be seen as one of the players that's rarely putting a good fight performance in where the rest of them don't. But I've got no problems with Archie Gray. Um, he put in a performance on much older than him would need to put in. He does play like he's a lot older He did switch to left back late on and had to deal with Salah, which I think he got turned over a few times when we brought Spence off, to be fair. But when he's in midfield, that is his position. I thought he played well yesterday. And I thought Saar played well yesterday as well, by the way. I thought Saar put in some blocking tackles. He put some good interceptions in as well. I'm not saying they were world class and they were absolutely fantastic, but I think for work rate and putting in the interceptions, for me, I thought that's why I'm giving them a 7 each because I could give them a 6. Maybe they are a 6, but I think the effort, that's why I give them the extra point, and that's why I gave them what I gave them. For the wing backs, for the wingers in Souza and Tell, look, on Souza, I did what did I write down for Souza? Right, where's Souza? Where did I here we go. Started on the right wing, and it never tipped over very on in the 11th minute by Allison. He did have some dodgy moments, I will agree with that, but he coming back to defend, he was involved in most of the chances that we've had, that Richarlison, had in the first half, and I thought he's doing well. And I'm putting this down to a few games as well, by the way. He's anytime he's come on, I think he's done well. And I think he's tried. He's not used to Premier League football yet. He is going to get there. But I thought he did well with Sousa yesterday. And there's enough about him, I think, that we've got a decent left wing back. He is pacey, which is absolutely what we need. As for Matez Tell, I thought Matez Tell again worked hard. He always works hard, and one thing you cannot say Tell doesn't do, he doesn't give it his all. He may want out the club, and he may want to go back to Germany, and he may be frustrated with what's happening, but he always gives 110%, and I can't fault off him. That's what I gave him a 6 yesterday. He didn't have a lot of effect on the wing, but for me, it's his work ethic, and that's why I give him a 6-4. Up front for Solanke, I thought he was poor yesterday, Solanke. He tried, but that's about it. That's why I give him a 5. I would have given him a 4, but same as Dragson. But I thought for his work rate, he did try, and he did try to set stuff up. He had a couple of chances himself, which he didn't really take. But Richarlison for me is my Spurs man of the match. He gets an 8 for me. He got the equaliser, which he took very well indeed. He had a couple of chances before that, didn't he? He had the header that just went wide. He had another header that I think went straight into the arms of Allison. He worked tirelessly up front. He was running around like a headless chicken, chasing everything down, working, trying to find the ball, trying to do something with it. And he led by example, and he's been down here before, hasn't he? He's been in relegation fights where teams need that, and we need to feed off what Richarlison's gone through. We need to learn what Richarlison's gone through for me. And he scored a great goal as well, set up by the PSG reject, Morani. He put it in the back of the net. As I said, as an overall, it was a good fighting performance, and that's what you want. You don't want pretty football. You're down there, you got to be dogged, you got to give it your all, you got to put 100% in, you got to fight, 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 fight. And then also you will get your rewards. And we did yesterday. We now got to build on that now. These players have to build on it for the next games coming up. And especially with I think the Madrid game for me is a bit of an inconvenience. I think we're out of that. Was not. I think we've got to win 5-0 or 4-0 to actually qualify for the quarterfinals. Which funnier things have happened. Funnier things have happened. Not saying we're going to do it, but I'm just saying funnier things have happened. So yeah, so we've got to look to Forest, and if this is the team that starts Forest, then these 11 have to put in the same work rate they put in yesterday. And I think that's what pleased me most was the fight and the determination of really putting in that type of performance to get a point. And everyone expected us to get stuffed up there. And yes, Liverpool weren't great yesterday. Liverpool missed a load of chances. They weren't on all cylinders either. So we were playing a poor Liverpool side, but I just felt the fight I saw yesterday convinced me enough that we're staying up. So look, that is my play ratings. Let me know what you think in the chat. Let me know what you think in the comment section as well if you can. I'd be really interested. But as I said, these are mine alone. I will stand by them and stand over them. Everyone sees the game differently, but I just saw enough yesterday that you know what, I think we can get out of problems. I think look out of the three, I think West Ham will stay up, but I think Nottingham Forest will be the team to go down, in my view. But maybe I'm wrong. But as I said, this may go to the last game of the season. We may need something out of the Chelsea Everton games. I don't get the um I think if we go to Chelsea, it's going to be very difficult to get anything at Chelsea. Big up to your rain afternoon. Hope you're doing well. Let's see what people are saying in the chat. This is Scott M's one. He's gone for Gario 3, Spence 5, Dragonson 4, Danso 6, Poro 5. I do have James's one as well, by the way. So I will, I will, James as well. So I've got that up here. Okay, so right, got James's there. Lovely. So that is not, yeah, I get it. I get it. Everyone sees that he gave Tell a 0. I look, I get it. These are Scott, and I respect them. I I uh yeah, I get it. It's your opinion. I don't agree with it, but I don't know how you can give Tell a 0. I thought Tell's work way. Look, what I saw, these players had work ethic about them yesterday. They had a fight about them. They all fed off Richarlison. I thought Richarlison, that's why I gave him an 8 because I thought he's fantastic yesterday. And nobody gave us a chance going up to Anfield. Everyone thought we were going to get pumped. I did say Saturday night's build up, we'll get a draw, we'll get a 1-1 draw. And I did say that because I thought we could get something like that. And I'm fully convinced we can stay up. And that we've got to back it up against Forest. And that's the thing. But no, they're your ratings. I don't know what people think. They agree with you, agree with you, but let's see. Big up to James Richmond. Big up to you, Jimbo. How you doing, well, sir? Not Woods is Notts Forest is a must win to avoid. Yeah, exactly. Leave it. Agree with the rest of it. Absolutely. Um, excuse me. Sorry. Surprised a good day work. Yeah, I thought Richarlison led by example yesterday. I really did. I think they did. He led by example, and I think if you can feed off that, um, if you can feed off that, then I think we'll be all right. I really do. What else we got there? Big up to your rain boy. Big up to your rain man. We got a Giants this afternoon. Rain. We've got David. Please, Spurs create as many chances Liverpool did. It's just a doom monger. Spurs fans would rather say Liverpool was shocker. I thought we played well. Look, Liverpool. This is a poor Liverpool side. I even speaking to a Liverpool fan yesterday who came in chat said this is the worst side he's seen in a long while. But we outfought them. We fought as hard as them yesterday. We deserved that point. I think if that finished 1-0, I think we could have said we were very unlucky not to get anything out of that game. And to be fair, we should have won the game if the referee actually done his job correctly. I don't know if you agree, David. Van Dijk should have been sent off and the penalty given the Spurs. So I think if you look over the 90 plus minutes of the game, I think Tottenham were slightly the better side. But what really frustrates me is they would turn up against Liverpool, but they won't turn up against the Crystal Palace. And I don't get what the difference is. I really don't see what difference is. We can turn up yesterday, but why can we not turn up against Palace? And are we going to turn up against Nottingham Forest on Sunday, which is going to be massive. It really will be massive. Big up to you, David. Rhino, big up to you, Rhino. I hope you're doing well, buddy. Says I don't think we will stay up. I'm sticking with it. I've said it. They only had fight yesterday because it was Liverpool, but a good point. It's going to be interesting to see. Look, I wish we didn't have the game on Wednesday. I really do. I think that game on a Wednesday is more of an inconvenience than it is anything else. I wish it was next week. Then we could have had a full week to prepare for Forest. But Forest are away in Denmark as well. So both sides are playing in Europe. So both sides will be playing Sunday after playing the game Wednesday, and Tottenham do get an extra day rest than Forest do. So that is going to be interesting. But I still think we're going to stay up right now. I, I I know deep down you hope I'm right, and I know deep down you hope you're wrong. But why do you think? Why don't you think we're going to stay up? What's your reason why? What's giving you that say we're not going to stay up? Where do you right? Let me ask you this then, Rain. Which games do you think? Do you think if we beat Forest next Sunday, we will stay up? But where do you see us not? Why don't you see us staying up? It'd be interesting to know. Big up to Vicario 5. That's because although it was his fault for the goal, he went, yeah, that's why I gave him a 5. Do you know what, David? You're not too far off from me, bud. Um, just this is mine, David. So let me know what you think, bud. That's my ratings. So let me know what you think. We're not too far off, actually, to be fair. So let me know what you think, David. I'd leave it up there. Yeah, Vicario did get a 5 from me, by the way. But that's mine. So let me know what you think, buddy. Let me know what you think. I didn't see any fight. Yes, a fight in our team. I don't rate fights anyway. This isn't kids football. Trying hard. I'm sorry, Scott. I'm sorry, but there was a fight yesterday. Fight can mean they were putting a shift in. It's the least we expect from our football team. They went up to Anfield where everyone else expects us to get plump. You probably thought you'd be happy if we lost. I don't know if you're happy we've got a point. I don't even know if you think we're going to stay up. But I'm really pleased with what I saw yesterday. For the first time, I saw a team in months that put in a shift, that realized, fuck, we're joint, we're joint, and we're all on the same points as West Ham and Forest. We're in the relegation battle here. We need to start doing something about it. So let me know. Look. I saw a fight yesterday. I don't know what game you were watching, but I did see a fight yesterday. I saw fight and determination that we would stay up. But if we stay up, then I would say I'm wrong. But I can't say why can't you see it right now? Let me know why. Give me a reason why, bud. The Vicario 5, Pora 6, Danso 8, same as me, Dragon 4, same as me, Souza 6, Saab 5, Gray 6, Tail 6, Richarlison 9, Solanke 6, Spence 6, Morani 7. Yeah, Morani probably does get 1 for me, gets a 7 for the assist. And Simmons 6. Do you know what? I thought Simmons looked a bit lost yesterday, but he kept trying to do what he wanted to do. Right. Okay. No, I need to keep that open. So James's ones to where is he? James's one to read out. Big up Ryan. He says the players are not good enough. The players aren't good enough, Ryan. They just lack of confidence. The lack of anything. The lack of confidence. It's the players need confidence, and if the players have got no confidence, you keep losing again and again and again and again and again. Then you're gonna have no confidence, then, aren't you? But yeah, they haven't been good. I agree with your later comment. It is the board's fault, but I think you can't blame everything on the board, right, Ryan? You have to blame everyone else. You have to blame Lang. You have to blame the managers. You have to blame the players. Everyone has to take a slice of the pie. You can't just say it's all Enix's fault. Well, you're the one who was saying it's all Levy's fault. Get him out of the football club. Well, Levy's not the one with the money. As Simon Jordan says, Daniel Levy didn't have hundreds of millions. He went to Joe Lewis and said, I need such an amount of money to go and buy these players. And Joe Lewis said, no, I'm not giving you it. Go and make it yourself. So he's had to go and make money up to go and buy players. And he's not a multi-millionaire. So I get it. Everyone Levy out. But the true people that were running the football club are still the same people that are running the football club. It was Enoch and Joe Lewis. They were running it then and they're running it now. And they're the ones that didn't back a manager in January. They're the ones that didn't back any manager. So while it was easy to blame Daniel Levy, and yes, he can be at fault for a lot of things, I think the bigger picture is now coming out who the true who the true people who've ruined our killed our football club are, and it's the people sitting in there now. So you could say the players are not good enough. Well, that's down to Joe Lewis not pumping money into the football club to go and buy these players, or Joe Lewis saying, "Look, here's an extra 300 million. Put our wages up a little bit." He could have done that, but he didn't. And the Lewis family now have coming in to get rid of Daniel Levy, and it's all about, well, we didn't buy anyone in January. That's on them. That's on Lang as well, and it's on the players as well. They've got to go out every Saturday, Sunday, or Wednesday, try their best to put a performance in, and trying to get 3 points. And if they can't be bothered to do that, then it's down on all of them. It's not just down on the board. It really isn't. Big up Scott. I said, Ryan, I think we will stay up because how Paul Forrest says that is hardly up. We'll stay up because we're good enough to stay up. 100% red card should have been the penalty. And ex top refs, yeah, I saw that. The VAR decision was that. It was an absolute disgrace. Big up to Altel Cockerell. Big up to your Altel. It says, afternoon, Dermot. Chat. Hope you're well. Yeah, I'm fine, bud. I am fine. And that's on the boards full. Sky Reporter, yeah, did make a tip for himself, Elspar. He really did. Dermo, they're really on not. I do blame them all. Big up to you, Rhino. Big up everyone. Danso was our best play. He was. He really was, Jimmy Hotspur. He really was yesterday. Big up to Rain. He says, elsewhere, I thought Tuna handled the Sky Report so well. It was awful way to speak to another human being. Yeah, well, you could say the same that the way they spoke to Ange Postecoglou was an awful way. These reporters are dicks. There's a way and mean of asking the question. Do you know that Sky are twats anyway? I mean, I've got my own issues with Sky, so I still think Sky are a load of bollocks anyway. Let's go through James's. This is James's. He's going to give Vicario 3. Made a couple of smart stops throughout the game, but he let Tottenham down massively where he could only get a weak hand to Dominic Salashi's free kick. It's pretty much down the middle of the gut. I know. He get Porro 5, Danso 8, Raju Dragson a 4. He get Jed Spencer 7, so he gave him a higher mark than me. He gets Souza a 6. He gave Archie Gray a 7. He gave Papasara 6, Matez Teller 7, Savi Simmons, and then these substitutes Simmons a 7, Kolo Marani a 7, and Alosi a 7. Another Premier League debut to celebrate, and it was a great day to another great one to celebrate his debut. Scott, yeah, Tudor is a clown. Well, we all know that. Ryan said maybe the players are not good enough, but then our Liverpool players are not good enough. Most said they won the summer transfer window, and Spurs should have won. But yeah, they should have rode off. And I think if they got 3 points yesterday, I think that would have been the fight. Then would have been between Forest and West Ham to stay up. I would play Danso against Florence and expensive Romero. I feel the ouch will be back. He will. I fear he'd go back to a back three. David, I'm with you on that. I think he will do. I don't think so. I think he should stick with the 4. But this idiot will go back to a 3. That is for absolute. Right. Rhino says Liverpool are better than us. Not yesterday, they weren't. Liverpool been poor this season, Rhino. We've just been worse. But yesterday, can people just please take a point was a good result yesterday for us? Everyone thinks that Liverpool. I don't get some of the negativity to this. It was a fucking good point yesterday. When have we ever gone to Liverpool? We've got battered every time we've gone there. And yesterday we played well, we battled hard, and we deserved a point. We should have won. If the letter of the law was saying, well, completely stop being negative. We're staying up for Christ's sake. We're not getting relegated. This team is not relegation bound. I tell you one thing. This team is not a bottom 5 squad. It's not a top 6 squad. It's not a bottom bad squad. The point is good. We need to take positive from that and get behind the team now instead of this negative shite that's going on. do you know what? I just don't get it. Let's all get together. We've got to beat Forest on Sunday. Are we going to have half the hand face saying, "Good, I hope we lose to Forest"? I don't get these fans' mentality. It wants us relegated. What's that going to solve? Absolutely jack all. We're better off being in the Premier League and solving it within the Premier League than going down. If we go down to Championship, there's no guarantee we're going to get back up first time. Then you got these fans saying, "Oh, if we get relegated, we'll come straight back up." No hell's chance of that happening at all. There's no guarantee of that. We've got to take the positives out and negatives. There was a lot of positives yesterday. Let's take the positives out of yesterday and move on to the next game. We know we've got Atletico Madrid on Wednesday. We're not going to win that. Let's be fair. We're out the Champions League, and I think that would bode as well for relegation, because not the Forest will remain I think in the Europa League, and that might take their sort of eye off the Premier League. But let's just get behind what we did yesterday. We've got a point at Liverpool. Let's celebrate that. Let's get behind that. Let's take that as a positive and move on. We're now a point off the bottom. A beat Forest would be 4 points off the bottom. We're not going down. We are staying up. Yeah, but Ryan, you can say that, but doesn't make it's like you're wanting us to go down. I just don't understand the mentality. I'm not saying mentality of these fans that want us to get relegated. What's the sense in that? I don't understand it. Am I missing something here? Oh, let's get relegated. Well, A, Enoch are not going to sell if we get relegated. B, what the hell is it going to sort out? Just make us more into a financial mess than we're probably already in. And 3, there's no guarantee we're going to come up. I celebrated that goal yesterday, as Ricky says, like we won the effing Europa League. I was singing yesterday, we're staying up and everything, because we are going to stay up. Let's get behind the team. Put aside your differences. Put aside your niggles. Put aside whatever you think it's just it's too much negativity. We don't need it. We need everyone fighting in the same direction. We need to do what Everton fans did a couple of seasons ago when the team was coming down that road. Them fans were full on the high road outside their stadium, smoke, flares, everything going. We need to do that. We need to replicate that at Tottenham. Make teams fear coming to our place. Instead of this bullshit I'm hearing on Talk Sport and all this bullshit, well, we're gonna get if we go down, it's gonna get rid of the board. It ain't gonna happen. There was one donut today. He said, I said, what did he say? Oh yeah, getting the point was a bad result for us. Why? Because Tudor's in for another game. Let's get behind the fucking team. Is that what we're supporters at the end of the day? That is what we're supposed to do. Support a football team. We don't support the players. We don't support a manager. We don't support Enoch. We support the fucking football club. And we need to get behind the fucking football club so we can fucking stay up. All this negative shite has to stop. We've got 8 games to save ourselves from going down. We're in a battle. We're in a war. We have to pretend that we're in a war. We have to get down in the gutter, in the trenches, and we have to fight our way out of it. And the players can only do that without us, and we can only do that without the players. If we give the players the support and make that bloody stadium a fortress for the next 8 games, or for the next how many home games we've got, then we'll be fine. But all these fans that want us to get relegated because of X, Y, Z, it's bizarre me. Maybe because I'm an older fan and I'm 43 years supporting Tottenham, and maybe I've seen other ownerships, or maybe I've seen more successful times. Maybe I've seen it differently. Maybe I'm missing something. I do not know. I wasn't saying you, Rhino, but you've just said you've said, I think we're going down, and you blame the board. You wanted Anja all of last season. You will not recognise that we won a European trophy under our previous manager, and you backed Thomas Frank all the way. Fair play to you for backing Thomas Frank all the way. Fair play to you to having standards to stand by. At least you stand by your standards. At least you stand by what you say. But get behind the team, Rhino. Get behind the players. Put your differences to one side. Support the team. Get behind them, and let's stay up together. Evening, Dermo. Hello, Ricky. I celebrate that goal like we won the effing league yesterday. I'm well chuffed with that result. I'm sorry, I'm over the moon with it. I'm absolutely over the moon with it. It's just the rest of these knobheads ringing up Talk Sport. You want to hear them. It's like some of them rung up and said, I want us to get relegated because Enoch will sell. Enoch ain't going to sell if we get relegated. Dumbass. Seriously. Do they let people on Talk Sport because they know it's going to make good radio? I just want to chop my fucking phone at the telly every time their knobheads come on. The problem is we're going over. We're not going over the top. It was a very good result, Ryan, yesterday. I'm not going over the top. I am pleased with the result. It's the first point we've gotten in a long while, and I got it at Anfield, and I'm going to take the positive out of it, and I'm going to move forward with it. The fans are just setting themselves up for the important game as far as when players need to get a result. And we're going to beat Forest as well, Rain. We're going to beat them as well. We're staying up. Scott Ralph says, I didn't see any chances created for us. Liverpool ripped us apart. I don't think VDV played was so far. I don't think the VDV play was a foul. Not sure why he should have been. Because it. Yeah. I haven't slept well for months now. Wake up every 3 nights. My mental health isn't that. Mine is too, but I suffer from my own mental health issues anyway with other issues. So Tottenham is my only. Tottenham is actually my happy place. Believe it or not, gaming and Tottenham and Mrs. Tron are my happy places. But I'm delighted with that result yesterday. Everybody, big up Scott, big up Ru. He says, hang on. Rhino will be wrapped up in me in a minute. Hang on, Dermo. You idiot. I said on Davo's fan show. Thank you, Ranj. I did miss that actually. If you can send me a clip of that, I would be grateful. I'm not having a pop at you, Rhino. We've all got to get together now as a fan base and make that bloody stadium a fortress on Sunday. I've been saying for 4 months now, our best way of surviving is that the drop is to play too physical up front and play that. I agree with you, David. Play the ball early, long pick up the pieces. Sod this playing that. This back playing at the backs nonsense drives me fucking crazy. Really does. Yeah, I'm not having a go at you, Rhino, right? I just want to put it out there, right? But I'm just sick to death. We're in March, right? We've got March and then we've got April. We've got 8 games left, right? Can we all, if we want to argue amongst ourselves, do it in the summer? Let's for once get all behind the players. Let's make that bloody stadium a fortress. I'll do my bit on here. We'll all do our bit in here. Yes, common sense does have to come into it. But every time I hear Talk Sport, right, they have fucking idiots on there. And that Jason Cundy, if I see him wearing another fucking Ange mask or saying, has anyone seen Tottenham? I'll go in there and clump him round the hero. He really do my head. And that Roy Jennings as well. I still want to debate that fucker. I would love it if we relegated Tottenham. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, Chelsea are in so much shit. I don't know. Don't be throwing stones in glass houses, bud, because your club is in a lot more serious problems than we are. So you can back off, Rory Jennings. Yeah, form does, Rhino. Yes, it does. But I believe we can stay up. I don't go by form. I believe in my heart and soul we can stay up because of how I support, because that's how I feel. You're saying we've got that. I respect what you're saying, but I'm not going. Don't expect me to have. Not everyone's the same. We're going to stay up. We're not going down. Big up Jimmy says Vic saves 3, Becca 7 yesterday. To say we didn't deserve anything is just plain that it is. We had more chances to actually win that game. More chances to win that game yesterday. We had more clinical chances. to win that game. Liverpool had a lot of possession, I'll grant you that, and probably passes off the park. But the final passes were woeful yesterday. Nobody looked on it. So tried to force it. Credit to Red VA and not buying into Richie's bullshit. Don't agree. Nobody criticised these players more than me, but I'm willing to praise our players for the fight. Anyone says Liverpool was all over us as a general or not in a bit. Exactly. Yeah, I know the bottom of the form league right now. Okay. I get that, right? But the point I'm making is we've got to put aside our agenda, how we feel, and get behind the team. Is that too much to ask? Is that too much to ask to put us for the final 8 games, to put aside our differences and all come together as one fan base and back this team to the hill? If we go up or we go down. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna for the final 8 games. I said it yesterday. The season starts now. We've got an 8-game season. It starts now. There's 1 point between us, Forest, and West Ham. It starts now. And we've got a 1-point lead. Next Sunday is absolutely fecking massive. And we've got to win. A draw's not good enough. We've got to win next Sunday. So I'm not living in reality then. I'm living in cloud cuckoo landing. Is that what you're trying to tell me? Because I believe we can stay up, and I believe yesterday was a good result for us, that I'm living in cloud cuckoo land. You can believe what you want to believe, Rhino. I'm not trying to. Nobody's telling you to believe or think any different. But I'm believing. I'm now got this attitude that the season starts now for us. We've got 8 games to save our season. I just don't get all this negativity. We've got a point yesterday was a good point. However we got it was a good point. But everyone seems to think, oh, we're still going down. Look at the form table. Yeah, you could look at the form table. It could tell you a lot of things. But if we put in that performance like we put yesterday for next 8 games, we ain't going down. I get there's some people. This is not at you, Rhino. Again, I'm saying this is not at you. But there's people that love us get relegated for their own agendas, whatever that agenda may be. But to say I'm just living in reality, it's like that. I take that as an insult. So from you that I'm living in cloud cuckoo land and I'm just deluded and I don't know what I'm talking about, and that because I'm not here berating the team because we didn't get a good point because we got a point yesterday doesn't make it any different. I think yesterday was a good point, and I choose to look at the positive side of it and take the positives out of the negative, and we move on. We've got to all come together. This is what this is about. We've all got to come together for the Everton game. We cannot be we cannot fight a relegation fight with we're 1 point off the bottom 3. And as Rhino says, our form side is bad, but that was our first point in 5 games. Who says that point is the point that keeps us up? Who says that is not the point that starts the next thing going forward? We've got to come together. We've got to, as a fan base, we've got to come together. We cannot be anything else. We've got to make that stadium a fortress next Sunday. But if we're going to keep fighting ourselves and even trying to take a positive out of a negative and say, well, look, yeah, we'll crap because of the form, or Liverpool ripped us open. Yeah, well, Liverpool didn't take the chances, did you? The game's about chances. We took our chance and we took it. We should have got a penalty, and Van Dijk should have been sent off. Even the ex-chief of the PLMGO said that as well. He came out and said it today, that the refs and VAR got it wrong. But no, we're all again, I'm hearing people on Talk Sport. We need to get relegated. For what reason? I'm not saying it's not a good point, but facts are yeah. There's a fact is, Rhino, we got a good point yesterday. We're a point above the relegation. That leaves us 2 points behind Leeds. You know, there's 4 teams in this relegation battle. Leeds are deep in it, as well as us, as well as Forest, as well as West Ham. And who's the team that's probably Forest can't score for shit. If you put an open goal, and I guarantee you, Nottingham Forest still wouldn't score. But we've got to come together. To be honest, I can both analyze good and bad forms, and I'm seeing my support in the team in the stadium. It's unfair saying people can't express doubt, but it would be if people said no can be positive. Yeah, seems whatever I say can be wrong at times. I get what you're getting at. I understand what you're saying, but I'm just choosing to take the positive out of the negative. If you look at the negative all the time, then you're going to be a negative person. I'm not a negative person, so me being who I am, I'm going to look for a positive in the negative, and I will take the positive side of it. I get what you're saying. I get it. You can analyze it to death, and you can look at the game 20 times, and every time you can see it differently. I get that. I do get that. I do understand that. Uh, 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 yeah, whatever. No, I like a debate. I like a good debate, and I'm not being rattled, Rain. So you don't know me at all, mate. I'm not rattled. Do you know what? I'm just telling it how it is. I'm just saying it how it is. What top side gets a late equaliser or a late winner to get praised or said it was coming when Spurs do it? Some moronic Spurs fans say it's lucky and it's because our opponents were poor. Yeah, I get that. I'm getting that. I will reach out to you, Rhino. I will actually give you a call after this. Actually, I will do, mate. So I will call you, bud. But yeah, that's it. All right, I've enjoyed that. That was a good debate, actually. I'm not rattled. I'm enjoying it. Everyone's starting to their opinion. Sometimes I don't agree with that opinion. It's just the idiots that bring up talk sport piss me off. But look, you believe what you want to believe. You don't think it was a good point yesterday? It's not a good point. You think it is a good point? It is a good point. You want us relegated? Then that's down to you. You don't want us relegate? Don't want us relegated? It's down to you. But I'm not rattled. I'm enjoying it. So yeah, so we are back on tonight at 8 o'clock. Me, Tequila, and we have pushed change for Tottenham to late in the week because of their statement they put out today. Saying there's going to be no protest ahead of the game. They are planning stuff. So, Scott, you're lucky, man. You're lucky. Some of the people on there would drive you fucking potty. Yeah, because they're trying something. So Billy's coming on later in the week. Then tonight's a bit of a transfer update, Tottenham update. We're going to talk a bit more about the news at the bottom, a bit about what else we're going to talk about tonight? A little bit about the Chelsea situation as well. Talk a little bit about the mole in the club and which players going round. I did get an update on that, and there's 3 players being mentioned, so we're going to talk about that tonight as well. So we've got that. So we've got Tequila. I think Nick is coming on and Brenny as well. As I said, we've got Billy going on Thursday. So Tuesday will be predicted lineup and the build-up show. Wednesday will be watch along and after the whistle. Thursday afternoon it will be Thursday afternoon we'll be playing ratings. Well, Thursday afternoon we've got 1 o'clock. We've got Irish lads talk Spurs. Me and Dave restarting the podcast again. Play ratings may be pre-recorded, so I may pre-record that and get that out. sometime on Thursday. Then Thursday night we've got Billy on, and then Friday I'm taking a day off, and then Saturday's all the build up and the player predicted lineups for the Forest game, and then Sunday's all your match day stuff, and then Monday at 4 will be player ratings. So guys, we are back on later, and yeah, thanks for watching. Hit the like, hit subscribe, and see you later. Goodbye.